Typical work on aftermarket stuff, but you got some Honda stuff in here plugged into the OBD. Not sure what it do. This car has cranks no start, just add supplemental fuel, and it started right on up, and the owner changed his own fuel pump with the aftermarket one. So we'll see what it is. Plan, the shop already got this exposed, and when I started up I didn't even notice. I didn't hear any fuel coming out. So what I'm gonna do, log up my scan tool, see what my options are, if I can activate the fuel pump, get powers and grounds, pull a wiring diagram, and see if we got a recipe for a working pump, go from there. All right, so we're gonna hit this ground, this what's this one? This black. So I got a black wire here in the green, and it looks like the black should be our ground, and our green should be our power source. So checking this, we have adequate ground. What I'm gonna do, even though I got ground here, was it on? So green wasn't ground. I'm gonna try to start it up and see if it makes an audible noise, and we got batteries, power supply, and that way I don't have to activate it with the computer or anything on the scanner tool. This guy's pretty tall. Let's see it. Okay, so I did add brake fluid, brake cleaner in there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got power. Let me see if I can get the camera to stay put. Alright, so you know what that means. The owner put an aftermarket pump in there. There's something likely he screwed up, so we got to pull the pump out and inspect that. The shop did say the owner, you had to use his own connector because the pump was aftermarket, which is no big deal, but did he hook it up right? So let me work on getting this out, and we'll see what we're dealing with. So the pump works when you give it power, which is strange because it wasn't working inside the vehicle. Likely what I didn't check was pin fitment, and I need to check that. So let's see how that works. I'm testing for continuity, and when it goes down, when you put it in there, the connection gets broken. So that's what's going on. That's why when I test the pump with the freestanding and relax, it works. But as soon as you put it in there, it don't want to work anymore. Shorts in the positive side. So I had to bring the fuel pump back to my garage and do the wiring, but homeboy didn't leave any wire, I mean at all. So I did actually solder the little bit that I had, because I just couldn't do my twist tie method that I prefer, and I had to double insulate it and pull the pins out and insulate it way up here so it'll not make contact. So what was happening, when you would push down on it, the connection would break, and because of the type of connectors he used and the method he did, that was the causation. So that's why when he put a new fuel pump in it, it worked, and then it just didn't work anymore. I'm not sure why he did it, but this is another shop, so I don't know if he did it to remedy it. Maybe the fuel pump actually went out and then it worked and then it failed. But long story short, from what we got going on, we didn't have any fuel supply. When I tested it outside, it worked, powers and grounds, but when I put it back in there, it just didn't work. So then I got this restored, and it's great now. We should be good to go. All right, let's see if it works now. Oh shoot. It works, but the battery's dead, so it's a good sign. Okay, that's the Fourth time's a charm, right? Everything's hooked up. There we go. Whew. Man, I should have been started a while ago. Let me talk to the owner. I just got back from another shop, and I didn't want to like record and talk in front of the again. I don't know why I call him the owner. He's not the owner. He's just the guy that calls me when they need stuff diagnosed. And I've had a lot of interesting cases that are undocumented because I'm in their environment. So usually I just don't record because of it's just foreign for most people to just record, document, talk to themselves and stuff. And I do want to get the job done and get paid, but 2019 I never had that happen. But with this particular case, getting the backstory is so vital. They already told me what went on, like with what the owner did. And being that he's he's a car guy. You saw the car; it was a performance vehicle. It's just he's probably not. Most people have issues diagnosing. That's most of these shops that I deal with. And again, I don't document a lot of those cases from other shops, but that's usually what happens. It's usually a lot of it's due to human error and the inability to determine underlying causes and conditions to justify replacement. So, but you saw in that case, it was a wiring problem. Go right where the person worked at before, because it's always going to be human error. Just like in my other videos, the wiring I did yesterday, I screwed something up. It was working fine before, and I messed something up. Blame myself. I'm just a little quicker at capturing that than most people are that aren't really car enthusiasts. So personal accountability, then start to outsource. So anyway, that's fixed. Very easy. Took an hour to went there, diagnosed, got a call today, got it done same day within an hour window. They I thanked them, but he said no, thank you again for getting us out of hot water. So I got stories I can maybe I'll take one day and talk about them from that shop. But trust me, it's the same stuff a lot of the times. It's usually human error and the inability to determine underlying causes of conditions. So I'm gonna document, maybe start a small video with this. This has a drainage problem with the AC, and there's probably a swimming pool inside the HVAC housing there. But I just want to stay on track with what we were dealing with earlier. If anything happened, I'll definitely update. Hit that link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed. Had to some work. See you on the next one.